Hello. So yeah, just a little break away from all the shit, and I'll show you how we'll have a little bit of a chat, and I'll show you how my veg is coming along. Yeah, the last video, yeah, sometimes things get to me, you know, I'm only human, and sometimes you just need to take a step back. When you take a step back, you see more, you know, so you get things into perspective, and we just have to accept that some people are beyond reach. There are so many people out there that aren't, but it's just trying to work out who they are, and then trying to use clever analogies and stuff like that to just to plant a seed of truth. So I've just bought some of this stuff. It's hold on, organic volcanic rock dust. So I've got a fair bit of that. It's because if you are gardening, I know that this probably won't apply as much to those of you who don't have a garden, but I'm trying to I do try to reach as many people in as many situations as I can. If there's anything you want me to cover, any problems, any kind of holes in your preps that you just kind of not sure about, you know, get typing away in the comments section. We're all or we try to be solution based, you know. Yeah, this woman yesterday, I turned around when I met her, and I've got to admit, when she showed me her back garden, there was a bit of a gulp. But yeah, she got quite tearful, and I wasn't expecting that. And then I just said, just keep spreading the love, just don't let things get to you, just stay happy, and just keep being you, because she was lovely. So she then went on to this, it's called Nextdoor, the app. She went on there, spreading the love. So she'd obviously listened to me and thought, yeah, do you know what, that sounds like a good idea. And people were just pelting her because she'd named and shamed someone who had ripped her off. You couldn't make this shit up. It's so toxic on there. Anyway, let's get down to nitty gritty. So yeah, this is really good to add to your soil, because it speeds up the permaculture in your soil. If you've got a decent healthy permaculture in your soil, and that can apply to your potted plants as well, it just creates more and more nutrients for your plants, so you will get a better yield. It's good stuff. I can't put a link to it in the comments section, because it'll be a link from outside of YouTube, and they just want too much information, and I'm not prepared to do that. But that's pretty much what you're looking for. Organic volcanic rock dust. I've got 4 bags this size, and that's all I need. That's all I need. These tomatoes are going to be a loss, because I mean, the flowers, it's just got flowers on there. There's no baby tomatoes, nothing. You know, there are some of you out there that have picked a really good harvest of tomatoes, and I've just not gotten anywhere with it. However, if you can remember me showing you the the cucumber bush or the cucumber plants, they were kind of just hanging around down here. Well, they've just kind of grown and grown and grown. And I've picked some off because I was right. You know, you just pick off any that are going yellow, and the plant will cut off the supply of nutrients to that so that it can focus on the ones that have been successful, if that makes sense. So just pinch them off, stick them in your composter. Right, so I've already had 2 big ones off it because cucumber's lovely in the summer with a nice salad. But I mean, look at that. And then, never successfully managed to grow cucumbers before, so I'm a cucumber virgin. Just loads, you know, loads. And there as well. Just, yeah. So a few of you guys have said that you've managed to get certain things growing this year and been successful, and I've tried the same and it's just been a catastrophic failure. It's an ongoing science, and we just, you know, sometimes you might need to move plants around a little bit. I mean, the yield off these blueberry bushes, since I took them from quite far down the garden and put them there, they love it there, and I get so many blueberries, it's unbelievable. Especially if, I mean, it's still fully laden, and they're just ripening bit by bit by bit. So yeah, I mean, if I was to buy organic blueberries, the amount of blueberries I've had so far, probably looking at about 50 quid's worth, you know, and I'm less than halfway through them. So buying a blueberry bush, a decent one, the ones with the smaller leaves do seem to produce more blueberries, and you just need some ericaceous soil, and you'll have the plant will pay for itself. It'll pay for itself in the first season and then some. Definitely worth buying. My pepper plants, I don't think they're going to be, I put this pepper plant in here because I thought that the ginger that I'd planted wasn't going to grow. I think it might have been Ruth Smith might have mentioned that because they're sprayed with crap, they won't grow. So I need to take this pepper plant out of there because I have got my very own ginger plant growing now. So in theory, I'll never need to buy ginger again. There is a book out there called All You Can Eat in 3 Square Feet, and it's definitely a must buy if space is an issue. And I mean, I am a little bit of an arachnophobic, an arachnophobe, yeah. And there's quite a lot of spiders in amongst this lot, but I've had a massive harvest of French beans. I've not tried the bolottes yet. I'll be putting them in a chili or something. If you catch them when they're really young, you can eat them in the shell, like you do with your dwarf runners and your runner beans, or just let them grow. But look how the camera doesn't even do this any justice. It's so beautiful, and there's loads of bolotte beans growing on there. That's been weighed right down. I need to lift that up, get it off the floor. So yeah, I mean, the amount of food that you can get from a relatively small space, it's all down to thinking it through. Don't be rash. I've cut my bamboo hedge, and then down the side, all of that was taken up with space, so more sunlight can get around the back there now. I've not really had, there are flowers growing on it, but I've not got a single runner off this because it was a different, I tried a different type of runner bean. The beans were white as opposed to like the mottled ones like this. So these ones have red flowers, and yeah, I'm having a massive harvest of these, and I feel fitter for it, healthier. There's just loads and loads and loads, and it's kind of attached itself onto my what's this called, with loads of berries? They come in black and they come in green. Elderberry. So I've got a massive big elderberry bush as well, and it's kind of worked its way in amongst it all. So I can see some runner beans there, so I might have to jump up and grab that. And then the other ones, you can't even see the pond, it's in there somewhere. Got smooth newts living in there and the other pond. So I've tried, the aim was to try and create a garden that was balanced, you know, so it would encourage wildlife into the garden, and pollinators into the garden, and yeah, all sorts of stuff. Just trying to be as neutral as possible, and yeah, wildlife thrives in this garden. I've even got a little hedgehog house that does get occupied every year. Oh, I've just spotted some tomatoes, but we haven't got much summer left. Yeah, there's a few on there, not many. My pepper plants have grown a little bit. Again, a lot of these are going to be needed to either finish off on a windowsill or in my grow tent. But yeah, there's loads of runner beans, a shed load, apart from the two white ones. Not much going on there at all. Tomatoes, parsnips. You know, it seems like a shame I've got one parsnip in one big tub, but it's too late to plant anymore. Or is it? Yeah, this, you know, they've kind of kicked the whole censorship. I mean, we thought it was bad already. All of our, well, most of our comments not registering or appearing and then disappearing, or appearing and you can still see them, but you're going through another account and they're not there. You know, there's a lot of shadow banning going on, and a lot of censorship. But now, this is just crazy. You know, there was a man in a grooming gang who got a suspended sentence for his part played in Gang, R-A-P, yeah, E. And then there was another man that was given a prison sentence for handing out leaflets, freedom, truth. You couldn't make this shit up. But can you imagine a jail full to the hilt of wide awake people? The kind of words that would come out of the screws' mouths would be, I ain't paid enough for this shit. Yeah, I've got no plums off this tree. I've planted some more carrots. I need to soak this cardboard, and then in about a week's time, 6 days a week, maybe 8 days, I don't know, I'll lift that up, and then there should be little sprouts there, and then I need to kind of nurture them along a little bit, because carrots are fine in the ground. They can overwinter, no problem. They're just so hardy. Root vegetables, yeah, can't go wrong. The raspberry bush, it's done nothing. It's not provided me with hardly anything. There's a few little weeds I need to pick out here and there. I've done the same at the back there with carrots as well. I've planted a few more beetroot as well. I mean, the beetroot's doing really, really well. I don't know if the leaves are edible. I'll have to look into that. Again, this was the honeyberry plant. Maybe I'll get something next year off that. The poppies, they'll be ready in about a month. You'll know when they're ready because they're brown, they're dry, and when you do that, you can hear all the seeds shaking. So that'll be going in my bread, and then I'll plant a few more poppies ready for next year. I've got quite a few pears on there. Just me walking around showing you what I'm growing is to try and just kind of have at least a 10-minute break. And yeah, there's a few pears on there. There's not many, but then that could turn around next year. You just don't know. The gooseberry bush, I ended up eating that gooseberry there's none on there now, because it wasn't tart at all. Maybe my first experience and last experience prior to this, I'd just eaten a gooseberry that wasn't ripe. Because they are delicious, you know. They are very, like I said, they're very thorny, but that'll come back year after year after year. I've got some dandelion leaves to chomp on. All of these beetroot, I've got more dandelions. There's me composter. I've left these wildflowers, even though they're a bit in the way. I like to, you know, any flowers, just let them grow. Because the bees, the pollinators, they need all the help that they can get right now. They really do. This was a broccoli plant that I grew a couple of years ago. And now that the pests are starting to kind of ease up a little bit, there's new leaves growing. No florets, just new leaves. And they're great. It's just like cabbage. The blackberries, between the blackberries and the blueberries, I've had a pint of blackcurrant, plum. There was 2 plums. I've had blackcurrant and blueberry smoothies every day, and I'm telling you, you do feel the health benefits. You feel it. You feel invigorated. There's my other water butt there. But I have to keep on cleaning the guttering out because of all of the debris that comes from this apple tree. Yeah, all the blackberries. I mean, it's virtually it doesn't look like I've taken any off it, but I've had so many. Yeah, and then I'll have to cut that back at the end of the season for it to grow again next year, hopefully with more. Yeah, this is right from my front door all the way through to that target there. I'm a good shot. Yeah, it'd be nice to get some cherries next year, but I will be taking a load of apples off there and making apple sauce and maybe some apple fruit bread. Yeah, these apples I've been having one a day. There's still quite a few on there. Yeah. Does anyone know what the hell this is? Because I mean, I'm not sure if I planted that or not. Whatever it is, it's gone to seed, but it's got like a furry stem. I've got no idea. I don't want to just pull it out, yank it out, in case it's edible. My potatoes, I've had a harvest from the potatoes already without any digging, because there's so many in there, it's pushed them to the surface. It's mad. And I haven't planted any potatoes in there for at least the last 2 years. They're just, yeah, it's just little potatoes that you've just left behind, and there's a mixture in there of white and red, various varieties. I should get another harvest of strawberries, maybe, before the year is out. And I need to get some more soil, just a bit more, so that I can mix it in with the stuff from the composter. So yeah, we're torn now between keeping freedom of speech alive whilst treading carefully, and that is one hell of a balance to achieve. Yeah, I just don't like being told what to do. You know, we're not children, we're not kids. They've got no right. You're all sovereign. You're all sovereign. Living, breathing men and women. You know? They've got absolutely no right to tell you what to do. As long as you've got an innate sense of right and wrong, they've got no right to tell you what to do. None. Total and complete overreach. And they're accelerating this. We're only in 2024. You know, we've got just over 5 years before they reach their goal and their agenda. But they have sped up. It's on steroids now, and that's because they fear us. They fear us. They will have hired social scientists, psychiatrists, psychologists who sold their soul to the devil to watch, observe and study our behaviour, and informing them when to ease off the pedal, when to apply the pressure, blah blah blah. You know, they'll all pay for it in the end. You know, people are going to go medieval on their ass. There's a guy called, I'm going to have to end this very, very shortly because my screen's gone dark because my battery's about to die. There's a lad called Sam Kimball, and as far as I'm aware, him and his friend, they're getting some problems with the police now, even though they've not broken any laws. As far as I know, he's the only one, him and his friend, that have managed to infiltrate one of these migrant hotels. A proper walkthrough, and you need to watch it all the way to the end because it is very eye-opening. You know, very eye-opening. These lads have got balls, proper balls. So yeah, anything that you want me to cover, because it does feel sometimes like I've done everything. I've shown you everything, and there's nothing that I can show you or tell you that you can't find anywhere else. So there'll be more walk and talks because I can't think of anything else that you don't already know unless you tell me. So I'll leave it at that for now, and ciao for now.